Stewart just pulled his way through there to get an opportunity, and he's going to have it too.
Final corner at Daytona. Who's going to get here first? Regan Smith 7, Keselowski 22, Stewart 33, and contact. Smith turned around. Tony Stewart is going to win this race. And a terrible crash coming to the finish.
This is a big race.
Kyle Larson's car with the front end severely torn off. He's bailing out of the car. Part of that car did pierce the catch fencing, shy of the start-finish line. You see some of the others involved. In that melee, coming to the finish line, a car, Larson's, was turned up into the catch fencing, the safety fencing separating the racetrack from the grandstand. Parts of that car did pierce the catch fencing.
Tremendous impact. You could actually feel it shake the booth up here.
We're so glad to see Larson flying from his machine. And there is attention being focused on the grandstand side of that fencing. And we'll hope everybody's okay. That is the engine out of the 32 car.
It's in the grandstand side of that wall. Also tire wheels.
The whole front end of the 32 car is sheared off. They got up into that fencing. All of the drivers involved in that wreck. Wow. And again, safety officials are at the scene. And we hope everybody's okay. Bring you any information we can. That's the scene in Victory Lane. I'm sorry, Tony is at the spoiler check on pit road, and obviously is looking to his right and seeing the situation. As chaos has erupted at the finish here at Daytona. Racing for the lead, coming to the checkered flag. Regan Smith turned out of line with contact from Brad Keselowski. And as the cars steam to the checkered flag behind them, Kyle Larson's machine shoved up into the catch fencing, and that the resulting scene. Tony Stewart did win this race. He is being sent to victory lane.
There are a lot of things going on, but it's just simply amazing to watch Tony Stewart get himself in position time and time again. Another young man, Parker Cleveland, did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Chris Carey, crew chief of Nelson PK. He's former crew chief of Cleveland. did a great job of containing the vehicle, and actually, even the parts that didn't stay on the racetrack side didn't go very far.
And again, we are in tabs in communication with NASCAR officials and Speedway officials and waiting any word on injuries or the situation on the spectator side of the catch fence. And any information we get, we'll pass along to you as soon as possible. But a scary scene here at Daytona at the end of today's race. Safety fences are designed to keep and contain the car inside the racing area. And obviously, Larson's car was kicked back into the racing surface, but not before somehow it caught in that fence. And it just sheared off the front of the machine. Somehow the young man popped out of that car and walked away.
Very reminiscent of Truck Series race here years ago with Jeffrey Bodine on the front straightaway.
Yes.
It was back in 2000.
If you've just tuned in, this is the live scene at Daytona International Speedway. Just after the conclusion of today's NASCAR Nationwide Series race, literally at the checkered flag of today's race, an accident coming to the checkered flag forced that 32 car of driver Kyle Larson up into the safety fencing, where parts of it were sheared off and forced through that safety fencing. You see the safety workers there on the scene. We have no word yet from NASCAR or Speedway officials on whether or not there are injuries on the spectator side of the fence. Larson did climb from the race car okay. Tony Stewart did get first to the checkered flag and is the winner of this race for a fifth time in 6 years. And Dave, I'm sure that the celebration for Stewart will probably be a little bit muted.
Well, it's not confusing down here, Alan, right now, although normally we get to just jump out and celebrate. Smoke, go ahead and climb out of the race car right now. His team is here. They've got the Gatorade in their hands as usual. But Tony's sensitive to what he's seen out here. He's going to hear from his crew probably, but we're just going to tone it down a little bit right now because we don't have a lot of information for sure yet, Tony. We know you don't either. We do know that you won this race again, somehow getting your way through that traffic to victory lane.
Yeah, the important thing is what's going on the front stretch right now. It's, this we've always known, and since racing was started, this is a dangerous sport, but it's hard when we assume that risk, and it's hard when the fans get caught up in it. So, as much as we want to celebrate right now, and as much as this is a big deal to us, I'm more worried about the drivers and the fans that are in the stands right now, because that was, I could see it all in the mirror, and it didn't look good from where I was at either.
Tony, how tricky is this racing from a standpoint of wanting to put on a show, but also wanting to be safe?
Well, the hard part is you just can't get away from everybody, and when you get a green and white checkered like that, even if a hole's closing up, the guy behind you isn't going to check up, and you're not going to check up. You got to take that chance, and it's like if we get you want to put on good races, but not at the risk of the drivers and the fans like this. So it's a hard thing for NASCAR. There's no easy solution, and never has been. I mean, NASCAR's an extremely smart group, and they know they're doing everything they can to keep this from happening, and that's the main thing. And we're just thinking about the guys in the front stretch right now more than what we're doing.
Well said. Congratulations to you and your team. We'll keep everyone posted. This is another W for Tony Stewart. A little bit of interesting circumstances here today, AB.
Dave, thanks. And Stewart said it all. He said it well. Racing is a dangerous sport, but we certainly want that to be contained on the competitor's side of the fence and not the spectator. Today we're keeping tabs on the situation, awaiting any word from NASCAR or Speedway officials after the chaos in the closing laps at Daytona that resulted in that.
At GoDaddy, we love to